G'day and welcome back to RC Model Reviews. Now I'm going to be looking at these two video visors. I've reviewed them both before, but on the weekend I was able to do a bit of side-by-side with these to get a comparison. And I know a lot of people are saying, which one is best? Well, there is no best, of course, because it depends on your own individual needs. But I'm going to do a little bit of a side-by-side on these because they're fairly similar, but they do have some differences. And I'm going to try and make it easier for you to make your own mind up which one of these you might choose. So let's get started. First of all, the Quanum Cyclops is simplicity itself. It only has 4 buttons. We've got plus, minus, menu, and the auto scan button. You can see there, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The Kylin, KDS Kylin, of course, has more buttons. It's got up and down. It has power, it has menu, and it has volume for the speaker because, yes, this has an internal speaker, it has audio, has no audio. It doesn't even have an audio out or an AV out or an AV in or anything like that. So this is much short on functionality compared to this in that regard. Now, the size, obviously, you can see that the Hobby King one is actually quite a bit, or the Quantum one is actually quite a bit longer. And I think if I put them like this, you can see that's probably why for me anyway, the Quantum has a better image focal-wise than the KDS. The KDS, it's just a little bit short on its focal range. Let me just go up a bit here so we can get the picture of everything there. Yeah, this just needs a bit more magnification. This almost makes it's pretty close. I can fly with this, but too much of an eye strain to fly with that one, I'm afraid. But I've got old eyes. As I said, my eyes are old. Another thing you'll notice is that I've got different aerials, but I did test them with the same antennas on. Now, the straps on the Quantum, the top one is not elasticized. The side ones are, but it's pretty narrow. It's a pretty narrow strap. These straps are much wider, and both top and bottom are elasticized. So it actually, the straps seem nice on this, but as far as comfort goes, let's take a look at the contour of the faceplate on these things because it's quite different on the different video visors. Let's put that one down there and this one down here, and you'll probably see immediately that this one here is designed for Asian faces. We've got a tiny little place for your nose, and it's not very deep. This one gives you much more space for your nose. And notice this is quite flat. The angle of these things here is flat. This has got more angle on, and there's a lot more foam here. This looks like a lot of foam, but it's not really. So comfort-wise, this wins hands down. This is just downright uncomfortable to wear after time because it just wears your nose out on there. It's very simple. What else? Now, the quality of the image is something that's very hard to get across. I tried with the camera, but you can't really see. This produces a sharper image. I've got to say it produces a sharper image than this. This just looks a little bit blurry compared to that. So again, it may have been the focal thing with my eyes and that, but I felt I was focusing okay if I strained, but it just still didn't seem to have the crispness that the Quantum Cyclops has. So there you go. Now looking at price, well, there is quite a difference in price. These have a recommended retail price of $99 US plus shipping. And this, I think, I forget, Hobby King have been changing the price on this a little bit, but it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper. Also, but you can get this from places like Banggood for, I think it was $71 including shipping. So that brings it down to almost the same price as this. So if you shop around, you can get a deal on these, which will, save you a bit of money. But this I like because it's all self-contained. There's no battery on the back. Everything is just there. This, of course, you've got to have your own battery out the back. So it's an extra cost. You get the battery thrown in with this, but you've got to buy a battery with this. Okay, it's only $4 or $5, but it adds to the total price. And there's all these trailing wires and things, which, I don't really like that. But, it's a small inconvenience. This, totally self-controlled. Again, the downsides, if you forget to charge the battery in here, well, then you're going to need to use an external battery anyway. Whereas on this one, just change out the battery you're using for something else. So, yeah, it's... where would I put my money? Well, I've got to say that if I was forking out my own hard-earned cash for a video visor, given my own limitations in terms of my vision and the comfort issue, I'd go for the Quantum. I'd go for the Quantum. Not because this is no good, but this is just a better fit for my face. It gives a better quality picture, and that's really it, I suppose, not a lot more. So there you go. Now, as I've said before, if you're passing through Tokoroa, where the RC Model Reviews base is located, you're welcome to drop in and have a look through these things. I'll be keeping these here for people to look at and decide for yourself. So if you're local, drop in at any time. Just give me a call. If you're coming from overseas, if you look at my XJet channel, you'll see that we're planning to have a bit of an event next February here, which will be kind of a big fly-in, an international fly-in, where anyone can come and fly at the Tokoroa airfield. And as part of that, of course, you get to tour the RC Model Review studio and make fun of the mess here. But you'll also get a chance to try out a whole lot of stuff if you want to. I've got aircraft, I've got video eyewear, I've got all sorts of things here that have been reviewed, and you can have a look at firsthand, because that's the way it works. Now, yeah, that's about it. If you've got questions, you've got comments, put them in the usual place, and I'll do my best to answer them. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Stay tuned, because I think there's a few more video visors from different sources being sent to me for review, and so I will compare those as well. Oh, I know people want to know about receiver sensitivity. Well, I didn't have any trouble with either of the receivers when I did the testing, but only going out to 200 or 300 meters, so I haven't really done a conclusive test on that yet. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.